It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games. Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
Back live in San Antonio, and a fool on the court with a cell phone and a night in jail. Off he goes. Very quickly escorted out of here by three security guards, including one wearing a cowboy hat. Up top, Anunoby, a straight on three. Too strong, rebound, tipped by Brunson out to Bridges' right wing. Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer. It's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer. A minute 50 to go. They're up by two. Brunson holding it just across midcourt, defended by Vassell. 8 to shoot, right wing, crossover, right elbow, step back, pump fake, leans in, throws it up, and he knocked it down! Jalen Brunson, a ridiculous shot! And the Knicks have a 6-point lead, 38 seconds to go.
The New York Knicks win Game 1, 105-95 over the San Antonio Spurs. PK, that audio they had in the huddle early in the game of Karl Anthony Towns saying our offense will come around, our defense compared to Cleveland. The Spurs only scored 95 points. Now, whether that's the Spurs missing shots, the Knicks playing great defense, or the Knicks at least taking away the easy stuff, and then the Spurs couldn't hit the harder shots, 95 is not a winning number for the San Antonio Spurs, nor anyone else in this era of the NBA. To think you can sit at 95 and win 4 games, not happening. Spurs got to figure out a way to score more points. It's a bad number.
I thought it was both, though, because the Knicks there with the nice third quarter comeback, and then they got really stalled until Brunson hit that three that they just, and neither team was scoring.
Yeah.
And then once they got it up a little bit with time and score, where it was 2-3 possessions, then the offense was a little bit better because there wasn't as much pressure. But I thought the defensive intensity for both teams was really, really good. And Brunson is a bad man. He's just a bad man. I love guys who are the primary scorers and are not having a good shooting game, but come up friggin' huge at the
late
end.
in the game, even if they're
three,
not, yeah.
And that other one where he looks like he's stopped, he pivots, fades back. That's just awesome, man. I love that stuff.
12 of 31, he had a lot of misses, but he had enough makes. At 2 of 9 from 3, but the big 3 late.
Yeah, he was
big,
1 of 8.
Big. Yep.
And he's open, and there's zero hesitation.
Yep.
Because I know I'm a bad man, and he makes it, and that was probably the biggest shot of the game. Very, very impressive. And exchanging some communication with someone around here, watching Harper, a rookie, a teenager, playing well in the finals.
Yep.
And I threw to this person a couple weeks ago, I think Darren Peterson is better. And it might be. Jazz are bearing down on taking him unless something happens, and he's going to be a fine player.
Harper really carried the Spurs when they got off to a bad start. He came in the game, and everything turned around. And Champagne, he carried him in the second when he got hot from 3, and he had 5 of 6 shooting from the three-point line at halftime. But he finished at 5 of 10 in the second half. He had the 1 free throw. He's 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Right. And so those guys gave him a spark, and they had 55 points at halftime, which, okay, that's 110 in the game. That gives you a good chance to win. But at 40 points second half, and nobody really went. Wembayama, like Brunson, tried to keep grinding and scoring. Like Brunson, he was not efficient, 6 of 21. He shot a ton of free throws. And his field goal percentage might have been better. He's going to the hoop, and they're hammering him, and he's going to the line. if they don't foul him, maybe he's not 6 of 21, maybe he's 9 of 24 or something. Who knows? But nobody could really go with him. And I thought De'Aaron Fox had 3 pretty good looks. 2 of them certainly were good looks. Maybe one wasn't. Early in the game, and he missed them all. And he only took one more 3 the rest of the night, and he missed it. And they need more than 7 points out of him. He played 38 minutes. And you got to figure out how to get him going. And it was just one game.
Though.
I know, but 7 points on 13 shots isn't good enough. And I get it. He's a role player. I don't expect him to be out there averaging 25 or 30 like Wembanyama.
So if he gets 18 and Harrison Barnes gets 4, I mean, you're right back where you are.
That's true. Yeah.
They got Big Vic.
Well,
and then a bunch of role players.
Harrison Barnes didn't score though.
I just used that as an example.
Okay. I mean, the only role
I just
guy.
looked at him and.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, all the role guys. I mean,
Keldon Johnson, if you want.
Harper comes off the bench,
right?
But I don't think of him as a role guy.
I think they're all role guys.
Everybody but Wembanyama's a role guy. Yeah. So it's more Champagny because he's the guy who gave him something, and it's 16 a game. Do I expect him to have 5 threes again? I don't expect him to average 5 threes a game. Maybe play in transition a little more.
I think Fox is your guy.
As far as someone who ought to. He's getting
better. Yeah.
He's getting paid like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Champagne's
of all those guys, because Harper's
contract.
not there yet. He will be, and he'll be better than Fox. But
yeah.
Of all those guys, he is the most accomplished. So I agree with you. I expect more from him.
He's the veteran. He's the guy getting paid the most until Wembanyama's contract kicks in. So something. Help me a little bit. All right, game 2 coming up tomorrow night. The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver did his State of the Game address here before the finals. He said the NBA is still investigating the Clippers for possible salary cap circumvention with Kawhi Leonard's connections to the now bankrupt banking company Aspiration. He refused to put a timeline on it and said they hope to wrap it up soon.
Who cares? Kiss my aspiration. I mean, the Clippers think they're going to win anything. Let them pay them all that money. It's a waste.
Take away draft picks?
No, give them more. For being creative.
They're not getting more for being creative.
They're not winning anything. Who cares?
They are not. Well, if you want a playoff berth and they've got it, you care about that. But they're not winning anything other than that. You're right. All of that for what?
That's my point.
You go out there and go 42-40. All right.
Yeah.
DJ and PK.
#NFL.
It caught me by surprise. I loved LA. I love the coaches, the organization, my teammates, everybody a part of it, the staff, the fans. I love the whole vibe of LA, Los Angeles, the Rams, and it was upsetting. I was upset for a good little bit of time. But when you're an athlete, you understand the nature of business. Everybody does what they think is best for their business, and that's the situation that I'm in. I'm happy to be a part of the Browns. I'm happy that they believed in me and they were able to make that trade and bring me here. Be with my teammates, be with everybody here, and I truly do believe in everybody in the locker room. But it was upsetting at first. But you got 2 choices: that you can either work or you can give up, and I ain't never been a quitter.
That's Jared Verse. You hit all the right notes for you there, PK. Admitted it stung and he didn't want to go, but he's not a quitter. He's going to work, and the nature of the business.
Well, he polished the turd. Yeah, good for him. I mean, he has no choice, but obviously he would rather stay with the Rams. Yeah. Who wouldn't? But at the same time, you just don't know. This league can change pretty quick. And you just look at golf when he was traded from the Rams and going to Detroit. That looked like, oh my gosh,
Detroit looks more bleak than Cleveland. Now, I get Cleveland's had problems. Yeah. But it does seem like Cleveland's made a few smart moves lately. They've made a few head scratchers.
Detroit's a pretty good football team now.
Detroit really did turn it around.
Yeah. So who's to say?
I'm not here to fill Garrett's shoes. I'm here to work. I'm here to be the best version of me, and the best version of me is going to be the best defensive player in the league. Jared Verse hitting a lot of the right notes. Green Bay Packers say that star pass rusher Micah Parsons will not be cleared to play until at least mid-October. They have a firm organization rule. You must be at least 9 months removed from surgery to be cleared to play. He underwent ACL reconstruction and meniscus surgery late last year. Packers should be in the mix, right? They ought to be able to at least tread water, get him back midseason.
I think so.
It's not good, but it also shouldn't be. It shouldn't wreck the season.
I agree.
49ers tight end George Kittle said he plans to be cleared and playing week 1 this season after tearing his Achilles late last year. He'd be roughly 8 months removed from surgery if he plays. And Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold says he appreciates new offensive coordinator Brian Fleury not installing an entirely new playbook as he's part of the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree, just like former Seattle offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak. Seattle, of course, winning the Super Bowl. It wasn't broken. Don't fix it.
Yeah, I don't like Kubiak spelling his name with a K there. It's got to be a C.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Start with a C, end with a C? Oh, the first name. You don't care about Kubiak. It's the Clint. Clint with a K.
Right.
Well, you used to say that. Somebody with a K. Who'd you used to say that about?
Ostertag. It's 1-800-CARS.
Oh, okay. All right. I knew
Cars with a K.
I knew you did it, and I couldn't think what it was about. That was totally Pavlovian. It's like someone rang the dinner bell right there. The K, I'm like, hey, he said that before. All right, DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Right now in college football, we have no rules. We have state laws. We have different in every state. We have litigation. The NCAA cannot enforce their own rules because every time they try to enforce the rule, there's a lawsuit. I mean, an example would be Ole Miss's quarterback. They say he can't play next year. He's playing next year because of litigation. So, but this is just the way it is. It's become an arm race. Who spends the most has got the best chance to win. But I think it's a race to the bottom because if you don't spend to win, you lose your fan base and you don't have any revenue.
That's Nick Saban. College football. There are a number of college football affiliated people. Obviously, he's a broadcaster now. Appeared during a congressional hearing yesterday as they testified about the need for legislation to regulate college sports. Utah defensive end Lance Holtzclaw represented athletes by appearing and addressing questions. Can you imagine testifying in Congress as a college student? They call PK out of Arizona State.
I don't know that I'd necessarily call it testifying.
Getting interviewed by testifying means it's like there's some kind of legal proceeding. Somebody might go to jail.
Right.
I'm thinking more, you're not under oath, but you're involved in the process of potentially writing a new law.
Word is, but
right.
That'd be great. I'd love it if no one would ever ask me to do that. No one cares what I think, but sure, that's a great experience for him. Actually, get himself some public speaking essentially with the spotlight. You can only benefit from that. And Saban. Yeah, I get what he's saying, but we got to be careful that we don't overregulate because I don't really think there's anything different. The difference is now the sums of money are astronomical, and it's what's been going on, only it's going on at a high-speed chase. And so with a high-speed chase comes all sorts of danger. You may crash yourself. You may hit somebody, innocent bystander.
So you're now the Indy 500 in NASCAR. It's televised. It's under the lights, and everybody's in the grandstand watching. Whereas before, it was some cannonball run, coast-to-coast race at night that you knew if they roared through town, but you couldn't really watch the whole race.
The best teams were spending an inordinate amount of money. They were paying players. There were transfers. So there's everything that we have, only it's accelerated at a crazy level.
There were people making 4, 5, and 6 figures, and now they're making 6, 7, and 8 figures.
Yeah, and it's out. It's more in the open, and it's more discussed. Who was it? What's his face? The LSU guy with the raspy voice.
Ed Orgeron?
Yeah, who said, we used to go in the back door, now we go in the front door.
That was a great line.
He was making a metaphor there, but you get the point.
It was a great line, yes. And it was 100% true.
Right.
He told everyone the truth.
Guess who's back at LSU?
Yeah.
Well, he knew what was going on.
He spoke the truth.
He'd been in the SEC
we
forever.
all knew what was going on. I had heard a million stories. If you were in it and you had the trust of people, I've had guys... You've had them. I mean,
Yep.
I can't even remember them all.
It's true. It's true. There were all sorts of extra benefits floating around, from tickets to games to cash and bags. But what will Congress do? What will the feds come up with?
Yeah. On the surface, though, I agree with what Nick is saying.
He told 80% of the truth. He left out the craziness, the wackiness that's going on before. But he's right. The NCAA can't enforce its rules, and neither can the CSC. The schools want the rules, and then as soon as they have the rules, they're looking for a loophole to break them. And we're only seeing a little bit of it in the pros. That's what we're seeing with the Clippers, looking to break the rules. Their rules have largely held, except maybe in this case with the Clips. The question is, when the feds, whatever rule they come up with, if they pass something, that whatever rules they come up with are bound to favor somebody and harm somebody else. And somebody else, whoever that is going to be like, those are terrible rules.
Yeah, those that have the most money are going to be favored.
Right, but if the rules they come up with severely limit the money, the people who have the most money will immediately complain about it.
But but they'll still have the most money. The most money can be a moving target, but they'll still have the most money. So whatever rules you're going to make is not going to undercut Ohio State.
Right.
They'll always have the most money.
But if there's a limit, and now like 20 teams can pull up alongside Ohio State.
They won't.
Okay.
That's socialism. You're not going to be able to do that.
Well, that's what a salary cap is, isn't it? I mean, socialism is a pretty dirty word, but isn't the salary cap socialism? I mean, in a free market.
But there'll always be advantages. The Ohio States of the world will always have the advantages.
And if they have the advantage over 135 schools under the new rules, then School 71 is going to go to their senator and say, this is a terrible system the feds just set up.
They're just going to say, what?
And if they flatten the top, then Ohio State's going to be mad that 20 teams have pulled alongside them and they're not spending everybody.
They will never pull alongside them because the TV networks are not going to pay big money to see anybody but the big dogs. So it's always going to be there. It's never going to change. You're just changing rules, great. But you're not changing the balance of power.
DJ and PK.
# Major League Baseball.
Swung on, line towards left field. That's a base hit. France coming around third. They're going to wave him home. The throw by Marsh is not in time. And the scoreless streak is over. And listen to the crowd applaud Christopher Sanchez here in a 1-1 game. Everyone on their feet applauding Christopher Sanchez. 50 2/3 scoreless. Ended by Jackson Merrill's single to left.
Freaking Padres.
The Phillies beat the Padres 3-2, but the guy who grew up in North Jersey rooting for the baseball team that is essentially the hometown team for South Jersey is not happy that the Padres scored a run, because they scored a run off Christopher Sanchez, who is at 50 2/3 innings of shutout ball. He was getting within shouting distance of the major league record. Oral Hershiser was looming out there. It would take another start, maybe two. And the Padres scratch out a run on a Jackson Merrill single in the 7th, and the streak is over. I mean, it's one of the, is it the 5th longest streak? It's something like that in baseball history. He didn't catch Hershiser. He didn't catch Drysdale. I don't know how many more people he didn't catch. And the Phillies won the game. I mean, they just keep rolling. Best managerial change in how many years?
152?
No. No, because Jack McKeon famously turned the Marlins around and they won the World Series in 2003.
But we're not in October yet.
No, we're not there yet. But the Phillies are back over 500. It was a disastrous start, and they're flying, and they're dominating the Padres, beating them 5 times in a week and a half, so that's great. 663 pitches, faced 190 batters during the streak. He was awesome. So, law of numbers, is he going to go crashing back to earth, you think? Or he's going to still just be awesome? I mean, his ERA is down in the ones,
well, we'll
isn't
see
it?
what kind of pitcher he really is.
Yeah.
And then that is over the long term. Anybody can get hot.
Shohei Ohtani, 6 more scoreless innings. Dodgers shut out the Diamondbacks 7-0. Kyle Tucker, 2-run homer into the pool there at Chase Field.
Yeah.
Do people like the pool there, or do they find it gimmicky? Or is it pretty popular?
Oh, I think it's just been a part of the deal now for so long that they accept it. Yeah. But yeah, the kids go in it. It's mostly kids when they show it. And it's cool when the water splashes if it's the team you're rooting for. But yeah, I tried to watch that game, flicking back and forth, and he's dominant, man. 0.74.
That's ridiculous.
He gave up 2 hits. He was perfect through 5, I think. And it was either 4 or 5, but I think it was 5. And you could see Roberts over there thinking, "Oh no,
I want to take him out, but if I wreck a perfect game, I'm going to have a
all
long
these
press
people
conference."
came to see him.
I know.
I know he was, and
just give up a hit and get it over.
The catcher, right-handed batter, swinging. He throws so hard, and he got one right down the line, first base, and so. Roberts then, okay, now I can take him out because he only goes 6.
Yeah, that's where they like to draw the line.
So he's got his BA is now above 300. I know there's other stats, but he reached base 5 times. They nibbled every time, didn't want to pitch to him, so he walked 3 times. So he just is just amazing, man. It's there have only been 4 instances of players since 1900. Pitching that at least 6 scoreless innings and reaching base at least 5 times in a game.
3 for 4 with 2 walks. Pretty good.
Yeah, he's amazing, man.
Yeah. Rob Manfred, MLB commissioner, acknowledged he worries that Major League Baseball's labor negotiations could lead to a long work stoppage resembling the players' strike of 1994-95. We want to make an agreement. At the outset of negotiations, I went and said myself, we're open to whatever ideas people have, but we need a realistic framework that addresses the fans' concerns about competitive balance. You just can't ignore that financial penalties have not gotten it done for us.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to spin it from the owner's perspective.
Yep.
That's his job. I mean, you can go at it both ways. I mean, you're all worried about a salary cap for people who've signed $700 million contracts. It doesn't resonate with the public.
It does not. So you're limited to $40 million a year when you could be making 50. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, play ball. I think that Bryce Harper's right. People just move on to other stuff. I mean, I don't think we're going to have fans marching up and down outside Dodger Stadium or.
No, but I can speak from my hometown. That spring training brings in millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hey, there's a lot of workers who, it takes a lot of people to put on a game. And from the parking lot attendant when you drive up.
Just the hotels. And
the
people
absolutely.
From the Midwest who come into town. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a major economic hit for people who need that
the money. Yep. Yeah.
And that sucks.
There's a lot of people employed well beyond the players. I mean, teams will end up with layoffs. There'll be salary people in organizations that get let go.
Well, maybe they should get private equity, I guess, huh?
See, I see what you did there. Bees lost to Albuquerque 14-13. They'll play again tonight, 6:35. Listen on 1280 The Zone. DJ and PK.
#golf.
Vegas. They won game 1. Can they do it again? Vegas and Carolina.
Golf.
Oh, out of
order.
order.
Down the list.
Well, I thought we were just skipping it because of time.
Oh.
Sorry. The Memorial Tournament's underway in Ohio. This is a big week for golf because
there's a lot of betting in Vegas.
There's got a Women's U.S. Open. You got the Memorial in Ohio. Tony Finau, the lone local in the field this week.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus's tournament.
I saw a clip yesterday of how tricky it is and a bunch of guys chipping onto the green and the ball rolling off and guys putting and it rolls back to them. And yeah. Jack designed it and then he redesigned it. It's a good test. Unless you're the one that has the ball rolling back to their feet. Then you hate it. Proposed future PGA Tour model that might take effect in 2028 would include 2 tracks of tournaments with players competing to remain on the top track and golfers in the lower track fighting to move up the next season. PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolab said there's hopes of revealing that model later this summer.
I have to see how that's going to work because it seems like we already have it to an extent with the Corn Ferry. But I don't want to rule it out because I don't know how it's going to look. I mean, you can tell me how it's going to look, but I need to see it.
Yeah. How many times are we going to have 2 tournaments in a week? Are they going to get into places that are closer to you? That's what every golf fan wants. This would be great if it puts a tournament close to me.
Yeah.
And in a way, this whole third tour, I mean, Bob's come on forever and saying there's A, B, and C tournaments. And there's some tournaments when you're a C tournament, like you just know the top 20 players in the world aren't coming. You don't have enough prize money or the time of year or whatever. And the fall thing, most of the big names, they're not, unless there's a specific tie, they're not playing when the NFL's on. The The payouts aren't as big. And that's just going to be expanded these, weeks after the major. What are they going to do there? The big names don't seem to want to play most of those times. The TV networks don't want to pay top dollar for those tournaments. But there's so many, creating this, there's streamers that want in. There's other TV networks looking for programming. Just because one of the big four networks doesn't want it, or, maybe Golf Channel. We're seeing CW and USA Network getting in. Maybe they pay for a tour. 5.3. That seems like a big ask. All right, Auburn beat UCLA to win the NCAA men's golf title. Second time in 3 years. There you go. DJ and PK.
#NHL.
Game 2 tonight in Raleigh, Vegas, trying to double up that lead after winning Game 1. It's 6 o'clock on ABC. We had Wyshynski on, senior writer for ESPN. Get that podcast wherever you get your podcasts. He was really good. He's in Raleigh, and we spoke to him. He was surprised to see Vegas winning Game 1. We just played that for you in the 6 o'clock hour. It's out there. Can Vegas seal the deal here? 2-0 would feel like a big deal.
It would be, yeah.
6 o'clock tonight, ABC has that. That's what's trending, brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Andy Bailey, NBA analyst and writer for Bleacher Report at 8:30. We'll talk NBA Finals with him, Shehan Jayaraja. Our spring football tour. We'll go with a guy who's more up there at the 30,000-foot view. What does he think of the Big 12 this year? We'll talk with CBS Sports national college football writer, Shehan Jayaraja. That's at 9:05. DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
3, 2, 1. This is Scotty G and Coach Tim LeCoe.
Look, private equity doesn't like to add costs. They like to limit costs because they have a bottom line that they have to hit. I just hate when you've got somebody who has been working in the marketing department forever, or who's been a sports information director forever, and they're doing their job and they're busting their butt and they're trying to tell good stories, and those are the guys that are going to get affected.
And to me, it's just a direct response to BYU having all the money they need at their disposal, a built-in way to fund the program. There's nothing about this deal that screams win to me. I don't like the feeling of it. Matt Hayes summed it up best at the end of his article. He said, this is the same Utah athletic department that wanted so badly to push out football coach Kyle Whittingham at the end of a 10-win season, but was willing to pay him $13.5 million over the next 2 years to do so.
Catch Scotty G and Coach weekdays from 10 to 2, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. And it is time for the question of the morning. The Knicks have won 12 consecutive playoff games, including 7 on the road. Can we recognize their greatness yet? No, for multiple reasons. One, the East sucks. 2, people don't like New York. Neither one of those deals directly with the question at hand, which is, hey, the Knicks look pretty good, don't they?
Well, I mean, if you don't like New York, then you simply don't like America.
I don't think that's true. I think there's a big chunk of America that loves America and doesn't like New York.
Except, where do you go?
If you want to see a Broadway play, you go to New York. If you want to see the Statue of Liberty, you go to New York.
Everybody has gone to New York.
If you want to walk around Central Park, you go to New York.
It's not a matter of you don't like it. It's simply that you're jealous.
Yes, that is 100%. That's
It's
like
New York.
I wonder the last time you said something that had that much truth. That's like when they say it's gold. Yeah, but that's golden. It's 99% pure.
You're a nincompoop.
It's jealous. It's jealousy. The size, the money, the power, the amount of winning in sports. Yes. And just the amount of people from New York. The national media is as big a homer as anybody else, and a lot of them from New York. And people get tired of hearing about that.
We're coming up on the 25th anniversary of 9/11, which is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But where did they go?
I went to New York. And where do people go? And when we're in New York, where do we go? It's not like I'm in New York a lot. I could probably count on, I haven't been to New York 10 times in my life. But the first time I went, after the memorial was done, went down, and I had a friend living in New Jersey. He's like, I'll meet you here, and we'll walk down the, you know all these places. I didn't know any of them. He says, we'll walk down the west side. There's a big walk there. You'll see the river. You see Jersey, and we'll go until we hit the memorial. We'll walk around there. He says, I'll hop back. I can get my PATH train there and go back to Jersey, and I'll give you directions, and you'll walk up the High Line back to your hotel. I had never even heard of the High Line. That was a great walk. I was glad we went down there because obviously I watched it all on TV, and you want to go there. So, yeah, he gave me like 3 or 4 things to do that were super cool in New York. But I grew up on the west side of the country. I don't live in New York.
Well, that's a fine side of the country.
Yeah, it is. You, Jersey, New York, childhood. You have warm fuzzies for New York that I'm just never going to have. But you're right. It's big, it's loud, it's brash, it's wealthy, it wins a lot. And those are all the reasons, and those all feed into jealousy, 100%.
Where's the parade on Thanksgiving?
Well, my dad told me it was Macy's and it was New York, but I never got up for that thing.
Where do we go to drop the ball?
Times Square. I have seen that. Yes, I've seen that.
Come on.
I think I saw Macy's when I was like 9. It's a big Peanuts balloon. What are we doing here?
L.A. has become the entertainment and all that, and Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where are all the morning shows Monday through Friday for only 70 years now? Where do they originate?
ABC is really close to Times Square because on one of those trips, and I was like, well, I guess I'm killing time in the morning, and I'm walking around with a guy I'm working with. We walked to Times Square. We walked right past the ABC studio. We kept going up. I think we had to veer a little to the right to get to Central Park, and we knocked them all out. Now, I guess you got to see Times Square at 2 a.m., not at 2 p.m. It's a little different beast.
Where does everything originate? It is time to celebrate.
San Diego.
San Diego is an awesome place, man.
It is, but
not a knock against any of these other places.
Everything doesn't originate there.
Right.
I went there. I should have gone to Portland or Denver or something. I don't know. Yeah, these are all nice places, but it's just different.
They're great places.
Yeah. I read a really interesting thing that because I thought New York was basically always New York in the history of the United States, and it's not true. Boston and Philly were it. And D.C. didn't exist. It was swampland. And New York was a clear number 3. And they built the subway first, which enabled more people to live closer together, which was more money, started to create its own weather, and New York just blossomed. And the wealth and the power that came with that. And went zooming past Philly and Boston, which are still big, great cities in their own right. But
where did
New York's
the Beatles
got its own
go
thing.
when they came over?
Ed Sullivan Show.
Does it ever end?
It does, probably. But not in this segment. Got 6 more minutes to the break. I'm sure you can sustain this for 6 more minutes.
I think you got to give the Knicks their due.
And not just the Beatles and Ed Sullivan, but then back to Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps happening. Yeah.
The Knicks have got...
You do have to give them their due.
The respect, and they've got it on the floor through earning it.
I think the East isn't as good, but if you're great and everybody else in the East isn't as good, that's a them problem, not you. 2 things can be true. And to win 12 in a row, even in a regular season, if some team, it doesn't matter who it is, if some team wins 12 in a row, we're talking about it because it's just hard to do. Random stuff happens on random nights. 3s go in for the other team. You have an injury. 3s don't go in for you. Stuff can go wrong. To win 12 in a row, it takes something. And to dominate the way they have takes something also. There's a lot of blowouts. There's 2, maybe 3 close games. You could argue they won by double digits, but it wasn't really a double-digit game.
Right now, Becky Hammon is uttering Bill Walton's most famous quote.
Oh! Oh! I think what Jalen Brunson does on the court needs to be examined because it's obviously very good. I think, and it's been discussed, but I just think it's underappreciated. Yes, he's the best player, which goes to what Becky Hammon said. And not just Becky Hammon, but thousands of other people have said it, including me. And he won't change the rule. He'll just prove himself an exception to the rule, because if he's the third guy who's done it in 60 years, well, it's still not something that's done very often. And that is be a small guy, be the best player. But you know what he isn't? Is he's not the best paid player on the team. And he could have leveraged another 5, 10, 15 million out of him.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but
he's getting $35 million.
Fourth year is a player option. Mm-hmm. He can opt out and sign a 4-year, $323 million deal in 2028, or a 5-year, $418 million deal in 29. So by doing what he did, he positioned himself to earn more in the Supermax with this next contract. He'll make more than he would have.
All true. Super savvy by him. I think there's a lot of people who wouldn't have done it. He did, and it wasn't, to your point, the point you're making here is, did he sacrifice? Yeah, but it's not a super big sacrifice. He sees the payday out there, and he knows he can get it.
He will get it.
But this year, but they may have to let some guys go, and then they won't. And then they won't be a championship team. It is all of that. Okay. It'll be harder to be a championship team because they'll have to let somebody go who's obviously contributing to this one. Maybe they find their champagne and find some guy at $3 million who fills the role, and they still pull it off.
Who would they let go that would be that big of a deal?
Let me call up the roster. I had this figured out. Hart would be one of them.
I mean, he's okay.
Yeah, I know, but you need that. You need those guys.
And he's the only one that can give you what he's giving you? I don't think so.
Hold on a second.
I think he can. I got time.
Bridges. It was Bridges and Hart were the two guys.
Bridges is a nice player.
Yeah. Bridges is making $25 million.
Those are the two.
Hart is making $19 million. They both clearly contribute.
But I mean,
and if he was making 15 more, one of them would have to go.
But they're not winning anything on their own.
I just think that what he's done, taking less, even though you're right, he knows he's going to get more in the long run, has enabled them to build a better team around them. And I think you look at the NFL. The top quarterbacks, largely the best guys, are getting paid the most money. We can argue some exceptions there. But the top 10, only 5 made the playoffs. And 5 missed the playoffs. And guys who win in the Super Bowl, the guy who wins the Super Bowl is making like 30 or 35 million, something like that. And in L.A., when they won the Super Bowl, their quarterback wasn't paid top dollar. I think he was making 35 or 40,
and they
something
had
like
Aaron
that.
Donald.
Yeah, and so you can put better talent around them. Not taking top dollar pays off.
But
taking top dollar.
The Josh Harts and Mikal Bridges of the world, they're journeymen.
But you still need the right journeyman to fit together.
Right, and who's to say you couldn't have gotten the right journeyman? It's much easier to find the journeyman than it is the Jalen Brunsons of the world.
Agreed. Denver thought they could put guys together, and they couldn't. They haven't. Maybe they will again.
Well, I mean, you got to look at the situation. When you beat somebody, if Denver is going up against the 80s Lakers, they ain't winning.
Yeah. I get it.
So the timing has to be right.
And the Knicks might take advantage of the Spurs youth, and you can say the timing.
Yeah.
It's easy, and maybe they couldn't have beaten the Thunder, but the Thunder weren't healthy, so they couldn't win, so they got knocked out. Teams catch breaks.
Right, so once you start incorporating the what-ifs, you don't get to decide when the what-ifs end.
Well, sure you do. That's why we're sports fans, and it's fun.
You have to include all the what-ifs. It's the same thing I say with the officiating. Once you incorporate officiating decisions, you cannot pick and choose which ones you like and don't like.
Okay, except at the same time you say that this is the fun of it, arguing about it, and this is the stuff we argue about, and so it's a blast, so you can argue about it. It's just fun. But I
argue
think
all you want, but I'm saying you don't get to choose where it stops.
I think the underlying point here to the Knicks is set aside the New York jealousy, which I have as much as anybody. Set that aside. When a team wins 12 in a row and the vast majority of them are blowouts, they're really good and they're doing something right. And on the list of things that are really good, Karl Anthony Towns, great leadership. I loved what he said in the huddle. It played out on the scoreboard. He was right. That's part of being a champion. You're missing shots, which Jordan did in 98 against the Jazz. You got to keep playing. You got to say the right things in the huddle. And you got to know that the reason you win big and win championships is you're doing the big fun stuff, like hitting pressure shots. You got to do that. But you got to do all the little ugly stuff along the way. Jordan would defend like a beast, possession after possession. Kobe would defend like a beast, possession after possession. Everything mattered to those guys. I love that everything mattered to Karl Towns. That's why we should appreciate the Knicks' greatness, because that's part of greatness. And Brunson, he got stepped on. He got fallen into. He was playing through some pain out there. That's part of greatness. He did it. Are the Knicks catching some breaks? Yeah, probably. But so what?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're
I like
winning.
what Mike Brown said afterward, that we were complaining, only he used the B word, about refereeing too much.
Yeah.
And Brunson's dad, who's on the staff, said, can we stop this?
Yeah.
And that's important.
Part of it, yes.
You can't focus on that stuff.
Yes.
Because you can only focus at one thing at a time. And you got to get away from that. And you're down by 15, but it's the third quarter. In the NBA, unless it's a 20-point lead with 5 minutes to go, or 30 or 40 or something outrageous, you're always in the game.
Stuff can happen. As we saw last night, there were so many runs in that game.
14, 15 points with 18 minutes to go. It's nothing.
The Knicks have the upper hand. The Spurs have the upper hand. The Knicks have the upper hand. The Spurs have the upper hand at halftime. The Spurs by 14. The Knicks tied the thing up. And then the Knicks go up by 8, and the Spurs drop a 9-0 run and are up 95-94, and they don't score again.
The Spurs body language they had a little flurry at the end of the first half. That bothered me. They were celebrating like they actually did something. It's like a 7-point lead. BFD.
Champagne, it's funny, and you're talking and you're making faces, but it's like you're on a hot streak of threes. I mean, you're 5 of 6. Steph Curry thinks that's a hot streak. And the game is not over. It's like a 5, 6, 7 point game.
That's what I'm saying. I thought they celebrated too much. Let it go. Walk off the floor.
Young team, haven't been in that spot before.
That's probably it.
Yeah. All right. 12 in a row, a bunch of blowouts. They're doing something right. And we're seeing the little things they're doing right as well as the big things they're doing right. There's a whole list of them. And yet, it's still game one. Does it mean they're going to win the series?
It does not. No, not at all.
Not at all. But nonetheless, it's been 12 great games of basketball out of the Knicks. All right, DJ and PK. More on this with Andy Bailey coming up at 8:30. Stay with us right here on The Zone.
Welcome to This is Jay Scott and Ben Anderson.
Covers the Grizzlies for the Daily Memphian. He's Drew Hill.
I know there are differences in Memphis between regular season Jaren and playoff Jaren. And what did Grizzlies fans see from Jaren in the biggest games in the playoffs?
I thought it was a great trade for the Jazz. Jaren was not only one of the best players on the Grizzlies, but was also just one of the best people in the locker room. Like, the leadership skills were there for sure. He's going to have games where he's awesome, and then he's going to have some of these games in the playoffs where he's going to leave a little bit to be desired. The Grizzlies thought that they had a player that might be capable of being a number one on a playoff team, and I don't think he quite got to that point for them where they could trust that he was dependable enough in the postseason that you could sit back, give him the ball late in games, and he'd be able to get you bucket. It never really transpired that way.
Catch Jake and Ben afternoons from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. A lot of people would like to produce our show. They give us ideas for stuff, and you just had a sports fan ask you a question, and you thought, great idea for a segment.
Was golfing down in Arizona, had a wedding down there over the weekend, and got hooked up with a guy. Oh, you guys may like this. He's from Idaho.
Okay.
And he took a job in Arizona, and he said he went to BYU Provo.
BYUP, huh?
He did say that, yeah. And I go, oh, that's probably he's from Idaho.
Is that an Idaho status thing? We got Scotty G in for a ruling.
I went
to BYU. I have
two siblings who went to BYU, Idaho.
So if you live up there, do they just refer to BYU and everyone knows they mean Rexburg?
I think they say it.
They say
BYU,
and they're
Idaho.
also trying to, stick it a little bit to.
He did say it.
Yeah.
And it caught my ear. But he just said it because that was commonplace for him.
My two siblings who went to school up there, they will call BYU Provo.
Yeah. And so then he drove the ball 340 yards on one hole. And
340?
Yeah. The scorecard said 340 and the GPS thing, and he was
pin high, but off to the side.
The green. Yeah. And there I am, in the desert. I'm going to go 225. I parred the hole. He took a bogey.
2 chips, 2 putts, huh?
So short game lacking.
Or 1 chip, 3 putts.
Two-chip.
Two-chip, two putts.
He was probably
I'm
10
not
yards
judging.
off.
I've done both, to be clear. I was just curious.
But to his credit, he walked off, this is really bad.
Well, yeah.
I hit a driver 9-iron. So but get to the 18th hole, and he says, so what sports do you announce? I said, well, it's a talk show. Oh, well, my wife obviously had told him because I didn't tell him. And he said, who is your favorite BYU player to cover?
Ooh. Football or basketball?
He was talking football.
Okay.
Travis Hansen, basketball.
Travis Hansen was a great interview. He was a lot of fun.
He was a gamer.
Yeah.
He's an
combination, really good player, really good interview.
Which will lead you to the answer that I said in football, using the same criteria. To me, it's overwhelming.
I always enjoyed, this is a long time ago, but he was really good. He played in the NFL a long time. I always enjoyed interviewing Rob Morris.
I didn't cover Rob Morris.
No. So who have you got?
To me, the equal of Travis Hansen.
Mm-hmm. Max Hall.
No.
Oh, okay.
A level higher.
Steve Young.
I didn't cover Steve Young.
That's like 5 levels higher.
Talked to millions.
I went straight to
Steve Young many times. But
I went straight to the NFL MVP, Super Bowl champ.
I was not here in the early 80s.
Sticking in the quarterback realm, was it John Beck?
It was not John Beck.
Oh, that was actually who I guessed when we were talking about this off the air. Because John Beck was a good interview.
He was very technical.
He was.
Deep answers. And the thing that I appreciated with John.
Accommodating.
He knew he was the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And in those days, you can go to practice, and he would just stand there making sure every person who wanted to talk to John Beck got the It didn't matter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He stayed every day.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was the quarterback, and he knew the role that the quarterback was supposed to play, and he made himself available every time.
Yeah. Brandon Dolman?
No.
He was a pretty good interview.
Oh, man. I can't believe you guys haven't gotten this yet.
Yeah, it's your turn.
To me, it's obvious.
It's player, correct? Like
the absolute player, man. He equated the Travis Hansen-like ability, attitude, articulation, statements, toughness, greatness.
I'm baffled here. Because the three that I would have guessed we've already been through.
I really thought it was going to be Max Hall.
To me, it's overwhelming.
Because you were there for the Max era.
Absolutely.
He was always a good interview. Always spoke his mind. He was always a high-energy interview.
We had a little bond being from Arizona.
Yeah. And you said, did you say something to him in a parking lot? And he's like, I don't get you, man, or something like that.
He was riding on a scooter.
Yeah, what'd you say? I can't remember what you said that got him.
Something like that,
Yeah, but you just messed around.
I thought you were with me. You weren't with me?
I might have been. I don't know if you told me about it so much. I think I'm with you.
No, I thought you yelled at Max. He was on the scooter or something about me or something, and he responded. I love Max. Max was great.
I know, that's why I thought
great overachiever.
And that's why I thought it was going to be Max.
But I'm taking
people
it at
only
a higher
have
level.
the one. People only have the one. You going Taysom Hill?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. Because Taysom was super. Taysom, people may not know this because he's so aggressive when he plays, but he was a very laid back, very quiet interview.
And he also
wasn't.
He also nixed interviews after about 3 minutes. Thanks,
did,
guys.
Yeah.
Walk off.
He wasn't big into the give and take, and he played in an era when they wanted to shut things down.
No, this guy.
Who? Just say
Okay, I'll give you one more quote.
Okay.
Or one more hint.
Oh, wait a minute. You know, we shouldn't be talking quarterbacks. We should be talking wide receivers, shouldn't we? We should be talking wide receivers.
Okay.
It's Austin
We got stuck on the quarterback.
We got
thing.
stuck on quarterbacks. It is obvious. You're right. Austin Collie. And your era also. You're right. There was an era where you talked to more players. You talk to some now,
Austin
and you
Collie.
talk to none in the 90s. I should have never gone to the 90s in the first place. You were on the Utah basketball beat. You weren't at BYU football in those eras.
Magic happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
He was and there's several others that at another time in a week or two we can mention.
Yeah.
Magic
Number one,
yeah.
My most favorite was Austin Collie. But there's several other guys I want to mention. We don't have the time now.
All right. DJ and PK, we'll take a break. Stay with us. Andy Bailey's coming up at 8:30. Nick Saban, front and center. We got to get to Nick in our next segment. And it's the KSL Give-a-thon, Primary Children's Hospital, Intermountain Health, and the KSL family of stations all coming together. More on that coming up next as we kick off the 8 a.m. hour right here on The Zone.
We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time Guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.